Okay, so I was saying, was there a time you opted for, IVF, surrogacy, and all of that stuff?
Okay, sincerely, in my case, I did not.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, it did not even cross my mind. Neither did it even cross my husband's mind for one day.
Okay, would you say that was because you had gone for medical checkup and he told you everything was fine? Would you, let's be honest, would you say that also boosted your confidence, aside your confidence? Would you say that if there were hormonal issues and all of that, you wouldn't have opted for IVF and surrogacy? You would still have waited if God said you should wait?
Yes, sincerely, I don't think even if I had any issues, I would have opted for it. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Okay. I'm talking about my relationship with God now. Okay. I know that I will have them. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? But the timing as at that initial stage is what I wasn't sure
about.
But I was sure. And I know that they will definitely come. So there was never a time that I even thought about. Maybe probably because I even as at that time, we're talking about 13 years ago now. Because December this year will make me 14 years that I've been married. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So even at those points, it wasn't this surrogacy, IVF wasn't talked about as much as it is right now. Okay. And even it's very, very expensive then, and probably not even in Nigeria. You have to go to some other countries for you to be able to get help, to be able to. Maybe that was why it didn't come up to my mind. But I just believed from onset that I was going to have my children, and they are going to come at the right time when God says it right. Okay. So that's that for me.
Right. Thank you very much, ma'am. So cryptic pregnancies. I don't know if you've heard about it.
Definitely I have.
Okay, because I think we've had that discussion too sometimes. So what is your take on it? I mean, for those who don't know what cryptic pregnancy is, I would just share the little knowledge I have. It's more like a woman is trying to conceive, she's not able to conceive, she goes to some place and then they place her on some medications that you cannot get outside of that place. And the woman is on that medication, and after some time she's pronounced pregnant. They do a scan or an x-ray at that place, and it's got that she's pregnant. But whenever she goes elsewhere to do the same scan, the scan returns negative. And then they keep giving her that medication. I learned it's expensive, that helps her to begin to add weight and add some weight towards her tummy area, like that. I learned that tummy does not grow beyond a certain length or a certain size. Then I heard that some women will eventually say yes, that they expect, because some curious people that want to know, what is this thing? Is this a real pregnancy? And then some of them will say, that they can feel baby kicks, that the pregnancy is actually real and all of that stuff. Then at some point, the pregnancy could get to 9 months and they've not given birth. Some carry their pregnancies for as much as 12 months. And the people at that place will be telling them that, maybe they've not gotten the medication that they will use to deliver them of their babies, blah, blah, blah. And eventually, and oftentimes, what you ask for is what you get. Or sometimes you might not get that number. Some people ask for triplets, some people ask for twins. If you ask for triplets, male, female, you could get all of that stuff. But sometimes you might ask for triplets and they say, it's twins that came out. Maybe the last one is still in the tummy. We had crazy stuff like that. And then they come back home with their babies. Now, this is the catch. When they are home with their babies, in fact, all the ones I have seen, they don't breastfeed their babies. You would hear that, their breast milk is not running, so they have to feed the baby with whatever. But that it was a real pregnancy. Some of them will even testify that they had tear. Some will say it was through cesarean section. They had to cut them open. The scars are there. So it's confusing. What do you think? Do you think that is an option that people should explore? Because we began to hear some other things about the downsides about the medications, but I think I'll just leave you to talk about it. What do you think about cryptic pregnancy? What's your advice to people concerning it? Okay,
to me, cryptic pregnancy is a scam.
Okay. Because aside being a scam, health-wise,
it's wrong. See, there's nothing like cryptic pregnancy.
Okay, so what do you think is going on, like behind the scene, behind the stage?
Just I mentioned it initially. The one is for you to know where to go to and where not to go. And secondly, for you to be patient and base your foundation on God.
Okay.
Do you understand? Because Yoruba has one adage that says, "Ntobanwa wa kiwa, ari kuri." when you're looking for something that is not missing, you will find something that you do not want. Do you understand? So you see cryptic pregnancy, because I read about it a very, very long time ago, and I still have my files concerning it even till now.
Okay.
It's not an option. What they do is that they look for these teenage girls that got pregnant from somewhere, and they bring them and they abort them somewhere, and they'll keep those children and they'll match the months of the children inside of them, and they'll be giving you the same data of that particular person until it's time for you to.
That's really deep.
See,
is that deep?
Very, very.
Oh my God.
As a matter of fact, they even go as far as looking for a slight resemblance. If the husband, if the couple, if one is fairer than one, they will look for a teenage girl that is fair. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. They go that far to make sure they are able to achieve their aim. So for me, cryptic pregnancy is way out of it. It's not an option for anybody that is still saying to explore at all. Because either you like it or not, at the long run, this child is not yours.
And then even the medications, because I learned that those, with the little knowledge I have about this medical thing, I learned that those medications are called steroids.
Yes, they are, because they bloat them.
And I learned that they have side effects.
Definitely it has. It has, because it's not something that should be injected on a normal day. It's because they wanted you to believe
that you are pregnant,
and something is growing inside of you. But how can somebody tell you are pregnant and you can't check in any other hospital? You can't you can't just walk into any scan room and say, I want to know how far my baby is going.
I'm having goosebumps. Like you know, this was not part of the question. Definitely. I don't know how it just came. I feel that this message is for somebody.
Yes.
I feel that somebody is thinking of doing something like this now. And it's not an option.
It's not an option. It's not right at all. Whatever is worth doing well. If you want to wait on God for children, because either you like it or not, children are from God. The Bible says children are the heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb
is his reward.
As arrow in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of our youth. Happy is everyone that has his or quiver full of it. So if you want your children to be an arrow at the end of the day, cryptic pregnancy is not the way out, because such children can't be an arrow.
We don't know where they're even coming from.
Such children can't be an arrow.
So in essence, it's even better that you opt for adoption.
Definitely. Adoption, surrogacy, go for your IVF if it's successful. You have your child and you are proud to come out and say, this is mine. It's better you go for adoption. Far, far better. Once you did your paperwork and everything is legal, it's your child. So cryptic pregnancy is a no. I think it's from a pit of hell. It's not godly, because it's all lie. It's all padded. In fact, I even had one that is very close to me that actually gave birth to twins eventually at the end of the day. They say the pregnancy was more than even 14 months.
My God.
They were telling her they closed the border. The person that is bringing the drug was not able to cross the border.
Is deep.
1 month, every 1 month they keep giving you stories of a child that you are supposed to birth, and you go and they might just give you.
So probably those people were still trying to source for the child.
Yes,
the baby they were going to
exactly. For most of the time they do that for people that want twins or triplets. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So they will keep giving you stories. They will now say, oh, thank God, finally the person has been able to cross and you can have. I don't know if you understand. I don't know.
Well.
Amen.
It is well.
Amen.
Okay, but so let's proceed.
Okay.
Now, do you see these challenges of trying to conceive? Do you see it as something that can be prevented? I mean, I'm talking in line with those that actually have health challenges, those that, okay, they've gone to the doctors, they've done their whole investigations, and they found out, okay, maybe the husband has this, the wife has that, maybe STDs or hormonal issues. Do you think that there are some things that young people should try to do, to prevent challenges? Like I've heard that, I used to hear, I don't know, I've heard that long-standing untreated STDs can lead to infertility.
Yes.
Then for hormonal challenges, I don't know, I really don't know what is the problem, but we've heard things like, okay, stress, blah, blah, blah. So what do you think young people who are, preparing themselves to get married, what do you think they should even do right, to avoid some challenges like this? Because I feel that knowledge is like the principal thing. So when you have a knowledge of something, you can always, you really do not have to learn from your own experience. Definitely. You can learn from people's others. Experiences. So what do you have to say on that?
Okay, yes, when it comes to that, I think proper hygiene. proper hygiene, mostly for female children, is very, very paramount, especially for female children. And the reason why I said for female children is because the way God formed us, we are open. Do you understand? As in, you share toilets, you share bedroom, especially for people that have that goes to schools that have all girls, or you use hostel accommodation that is just, you don't know what others had that they are not treated. Do you understand? And knowingly or unknowingly, you just walk yourself into something that, because I actually have a good friend of mine that went to the same university. She actually waited for 2-3 years after she got married, and she had a son, and the son is about 8 years now, and she's waiting against, and she had that toilet infection since when she was in secondary school.
Wow.
Because she actually went to girls only secondary school, and till now she's still battling it. Wow. Because if you know, one is for you to know that this is the problem. And as girls' children, once you are not properly schooled about some particular things, you don't know that is an issue. You will just feel it's normal as a child. Do you understand? So I think we really need to talk to, I don't know if possible, some agencies can go on about that, to talk to girls, awareness about things that are normal. When the discharge is this at this particular age, it's normal. When is this is no longer normal. Talk to your parent about, and parents too should ask questions. Parents should ask questions and know what their children, because most of the time, you see, God will help us. Somebody was saying something recently, and he said there are no ideal parents like that in Nigeria. Do you understand? Everybody is just about their daily bread, just for them to feed. These children are going to struggle to come and feed. Look into their personal life.
There should be balance.
Do you understand? So I think for that, it has to be treated. Once there's anything that you feel is, you just suddenly discover this is happening, and it's not been there, and it's not been happening, talk to your parent, talk to somebody close to you about it, and know what to do next, so that you can quickly treat. And also for these STDs and all of that, it has to be treated as soon as possible, because if they are not well checked, it leads to so many other complications. And just like I said, personal hygiene. As a girl child, know where and when. It's not all toilets you use. That's the truth. It's not all toilets you use. And just like I said initially, our body system is framed up in some people's there's this English that they use now. There's one particular that
our makeup.
No, not our makeup now. As in, your body accepts that your hormones. Not hormones now. There's some people's no, that you can suppress some issues.
Immunity.
Immunity. You understand? Some people have a very hard immunity that these things cannot come out. Immunity is wavering it off. Do you understand? Why some other people's immune are weak?
Because you see two sisters that grew up in the same home, same everything. One is later having that challenge in life,
and this person is not. It's just their hormone.
Stuff like
yes, it's their hormone that is balanced more than the other. Do you understand? So we should check it and make sure all of these things, and especially you ensure and stay away from premarital sex.
I think that cannot be overemphasized.
Yes, it cannot be.
I think that cannot be overemphasized.
You might be there, and
I've mentioned it in my previous videos that these things have more harm than good.
Definitely. You can be there and you'll be like, oh, they're talking about premarital sex. They say they did not engage in it before they got they say they did not engage in it before they got married. Fine, this is me. I am telling you. Before I got to know about the harm, I was engaging in it. But there was a day I went to a program with Pastor BC, Pastor Bimbo Odukoya.
Okay.
I went to Fountain of Life for one
late
of her programs.
Mrs. Bimbo Odukoya. God bless her soul.
Amen. Odukoya. And she explained about premarital sex and the roles it played in our lives. And she made us to understand that either you like it or not, these things are not just physical, they are spiritual. She said, let's take, for example, you have a sex partner. That other sex partner is not faithful to you. That other sex partner has one other sex partner. She said, for every one person that sex partner made love to, their spirit has been connected to this person, and this person comes to you. He says, so if their spirit is prosperous, if their spirit is evil, if their spirit is cursed, I don't know. She said, you are bringing all of this.
This is such a deep analogy.
And I
this is heavy.
I think it's in one of her books also.
This is really heavy.
She said, if you are having a premarital sex with somebody that you are not married to, she said, you are bringing all of these causes into your life. She said, forget it. She said, some of you might be thinking it's normal, it's natural. It's not just for the man to come in. And so why is it that when the man drops something, it becomes a living being? Do you understand what I'm saying? Why is it that they will just stand and they will say that those old men are using the young girls to renew their blood? I don't know. You might not see the physical blood.
These are really deep things.
You might not see the physical blood coming out, but there is something. There's an initiation that is taking place when you sleep with somebody that is not yours, that is not your husband. And sincerely, I don't know how God did it, but that was just an eye-opener for me. You. And I just came back and I just told my husband, it was still him as at that point, and I said, I am doing this and this and this because of my relationship and my fear with my life and with God. I am no longer going to do this again. He actually thought maybe I was joking. He thought maybe it was... then I was in 100 level in the university already. And he thought maybe I was joking, and he thought maybe I was doing... Okay, initially he was like, oh, if you found somebody, just tell me you found somebody instead of coming and giving me this. I was like, no, it's all about my life, my happiness, and what I choose. And this is what I have chosen. So
and he still waited. He respected that, and he waited.
He waited for 3 years. He waited for 3 years. Initially, he said no. He said, no, he cannot wait. That means we just...
But I kind of feel that if you did not stop, I don't think the relationship would have ended in marriage.
I don't know.
I kind of feel that.
Sincerely, I don't know. And that's what some people do not believe. Some people think you just say some of these things that it doesn't work that way. Do you understand? So, and I just told him, I said, if you cannot go through that part with me, that means I'm no longer going to continue in this relationship.
So you took a stand.
Yes. And he said, if that's how I wanted it, that we should go our separate ways.
Wow.
And I said, okay. And as a matter of fact, at that point we were on break. I was in my uncle's house in Kubwa, federal house in Kubwa. My uncle's wife can bear me witness to tomorrow about this because she could remember. So, immediately he said that I need somebody that you have known, because my husband is like my first boyfriend. We started dating since 2001.
Wow, that's
since 2001. That's 21 years now. You understand? Since we knew ourselves, and I was in SS3 and he had finished secondary school, became friends, and before you know it, you understand? So immediately he said, and I just told him, that means we are going our separate ways. You have to be on your way. Why I can no longer. I don't want to get back to Lagos. I was in Abuja. He is in Lagos. I don't want to get back to Lagos and you'll be expecting. And that's the reason why I had to tell. So he said we should go our separate ways. And I said, okay. So for 2 days, the first day he didn't call me. The second day, and my uncle's wife was noticing, and she was like, Rosemary, are you okay? I'll be like, Auntie, I'm okay. Rosemary, are you sure you're okay? So it was the 3rd day. I now had to open up to Auntie, see what happened. She now said, is that what happened? She now said, you did fine.
Wow.
She said, you did fine. She said, but one thing is that I will not want you to just stop talking to him. It's because you're not talking to him. That's the reason why you're feeling
the way
this
you're
way.
feeling.
So just talk to him. You still use him to come out of it. You can just keep become friends, but you are taking your stand that this is what you did not want.
Right.
And guess what? I called my husband. I never knew that my husband has been hospitalized.
Wow.
Since 3 days ago. I called him and said, it's you, either you like it or not. Okay, I've agreed, I've accepted.
I like the way God beautifies us when we take a stand for Him.
I'm telling you.
And then eventually compensates us all around.
I'm telling you. And he was like, okay, it's okay. If that's what you wanted, it's okay. I've not been fine. I've been in Ademola Hospital.
Wow.
And I've been down.
Wow,
so
this is beautiful.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, don't worry, you can just continue. I was like, I still hammered it. I was like, he said, don't worry. And guess what? That's brought a new tone into our relationship.
Wow.
Because I will not lie to you, I will visit Lagos from Abuja, and before I go to my parents' house, I will see him. We have this cordial, good relationship. We'll talk as in it wasn't,
which is what you should be doing in the relationship, talking and getting to know each other.
He wasn't feeling. I will even tease him. He'll be like, he's no longer in his mind, so it's okay. I don't know if you understand. We were not feeling. It was normal. It was rosy.
That was when you now built the friendship that lasted in marriage.
I'm telling you, you can now tell yourself the real truth. You will now really see and say, is this person really the person I wanted?
This is beautiful. I love this.
Is this the person I wanted? As in, is this the kind of life I want? Can it give me what I want? See, these things make your eye to be open. They say if love is blind, marriage is an eye opener. When sex is not involved in the relationship,
Makes your
eyes are open.
clear. Yeah.
Your eyes are open. You can see. You will see the truth, and you'll be able to say it as the truth. You will tell yourself the truth, and you'll move forward. You are not looking at anything. You are not using anything to judge it. I don't know if you understand.
Nuggets.
So you just look at it and you'll be like, this is it, and you go into it. Do you understand? And that was how. And guess what? And that was how initially. I said it initially when I was in 200 level. I started saying it's okay now. You started working. It's fine that you want to get married. And the very first day I told my father because I'm the last born of my house, and my father, myself, and my daddy were very close. And I lost my mom when I was 13.
Wow.
So the very first day I told my daddy that I want to get married, my father said, what did you say? I said I wanted to get married. My father looked at me
baby
again.
girl.
He said I should not try it. He said don't try it. He said all the way. He said, who is the person? I told him, so person. He's somebody that you have known. My daddy said, don't try it. He said, if you now get pregnant, we'll come and take care of you in Abuja. So you now lost your school and everything. I don't know. Do you know, myself and my dad that were friends, we became a total enemy because he was against it totally.
Early marriage.
You see, it wasn't early.
But he wanted you to finish.
You understand? Because at that point I was 24. I don't think it's early if you ask me.
No, it's still fun.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? He wanted me to finish school. He does not want anything that will distract
you.
I mean, you understand? The distance is quite far. Do you understand? So he does not want anything that will hinder so he stood and he said no. And he told every one person that is involved, my brothers, and he told them that this is what I don't know if this kind of person that you are feeling. My father, myself, and my dad were pals, as in I can tell him everything. But in this case, we became enemy.